That's what I heard it from.
I can hear you there.
Please stand.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to thank everyone for being here this evening for the city's business meeting. And we have a very important piece of business to take care of.
Brenda, would you come forward, please? The city and the VFW wanted to do something to help our Ronnie. It'll never be enough, but it's been from the heart.
Brenda, thank you very much for everything you've done. It's standing behind Ronnie, and I'd like everybody to see this, please. Maybe we have can get a picture, but I'm going to read it the best I can in my voice here. And it says, Mayoral Proclamation, Ronald Pat Van Boeven Appreciation Day. Whereas Herman is a city blessed with civic-minded citizens, and whereas Ronnie Pat Van Boeven served the Herman community tirelessly his entire life, always asking what he could do to help. And whereas Ronnie Pat worked for Boeing Aircraft and its predecessors, McDonnell Aircraft and McDonnell Douglas, for 36 years and still found time to volunteer for community service. And whereas Ronnie Pat served as a part-time EMT for the Herman Ambulance District and a part-time police officer for the Herman Police Department. And whereas Ronnie Pat served as Ward 1 Alderman, Mayor Pro Tem, and as a member of the Planning and Zoning Commission, Utility Advisory Board, Board of Adjustment, and Herman Regional Economic Development Commission. Whereas Ronnie Pat, a non-veteran, started the flag ceremony honoring deceased veterans in 2010. Since that time, 98 veterans have been honored, and the custom continues today. Whereas Ronnie Pat Van Boeven changed this community in ways not yet known and left it a better place because of his dedication and can-do spirit. Now, therefore, I, Dr. Robert C. Kerber, Mayor of Herman, Missouri, do hereby proclaim March 25th, 2019 as Ronnie Pat Van Boeven Appreciation Day throughout our city, and urge all citizens of Herman to give their thanks and appreciation for his generous life and his tireless efforts on behalf of our community. We applaud him. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of Herman, Missouri to be affixed this 25th day of March, 2019. Thank you again.
John, did you get some pictures?
No,
Please, get up there.
You have your
and I've got one more camera now.
Okay.
Shoot. You got it?
Got it? Okay.
One more.
One more. Very good.
Thank you so much.
Do you need me to carry this for you?
Yes, please.
Where do you want it?
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Here. You go ahead and I'll back. You know, I wondered why we had a standing room only crowd.
Mayor, can I say one thing?
Absolutely, would you please?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Linda from VFW Post 4182 here in Harmon and all the veterans. We're so grateful for what Ron has started. It's really, you know.
He was
really
honored to
appreciate
serve
it.
all of you, and he was a proud for his country and his veterans. Thank you so much.
But I can see that the reason everyone was here tonight was for something much bigger than our meeting and our business we transacted. So it's fitting that we had this first, and thank you so much for everything you've done and everything the VFW's done, and thank you all for being here. Okay. We'll give you all a chance to file out. Very nice.
I know your district is. It's good. You were the one that. Where's your better half? Yeah, Hamises. Yeah. Yeah, had an interesting visit with them one afternoon. Pretty cool. Mexico references. Yeah, it is.
Okay. I'll start as the last few people file out. I'll start. I have an abbreviated report tonight because I'm a little bit under the weather, and I want to save my voice for the business, but my report can always be seen on Facebook or some other site. A couple of things. We just finished our second Proposition Streets information session, and this election, the vote comes next Tuesday, so please study up anyone that has any questions. You can contact anybody up here and ask your question. You can email them to us, call us, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. Our main goal is to have an educated group of voters that can come to the polls next Tuesday and vote their choice with in the back of their mind knowing the facts and all the figures. We have a couple of things. I'm going to skip some of it because we have a lot to do. I'm going to skip down to briefly past the street. I will say one thing, that the Chamber of Commerce has asked us Thursday to come and give this same presentation to their meeting. I believe it's Thursday. And we'll be more than happy to bring our charts and our traveling roadshow over there, and we feel like we're old hand now doing this, so that's a very good opportunity for us to give information out to chamber members at their membership meeting, and we look forward to doing that, and we'll do the best job we can, and we'll stay for whatever questions they might have. The chamber was, I think, they issued a statement about a month ago that said they were for this. They thanked us for coming up with this plan, but they also wanted to mention that we needed a fiber optic plan as well. So they said it's good, but it's not the whole thing. And we know that. We've been working on the fiber optic part of it for a year or more. And it's very slow going, but we have not given up on that. There hasn't been much said in the last 2 or 3 weeks because we've had the street bond issue to talk about. But this is very much in our minds, and as soon as we can get next week is over, we'll have something more to say to bring people up to speed on where we stand. So let's get one major hurdle behind us, and then we'll address this other one. Last week or the week before, we had a couple of meetings on the sign ordinance and the sign. We had a workshop on that. And basically, the sign ordinance has been around for, well, a long time. And we've been thinking about it and changing it for a long time. But we finally think we have an ordinance that we can send, that has now been sent from Planning and Zoning to the Board of Aldermen. And we will be looking at it through the eyes of the Landmarks Commission. We'll have a meeting on that. And we'll try to take all the input from the state concerning landmarks and historic districts and incorporate anything that needs to be incorporated. Then we're going to bring it back to this body so we can make progress and hopefully have a sign ordinance. So that's all happening, and you'll hear a lot about that coming up quickly. The guest house ordinance was heard twice at the Planning and Zoning level, and that ordinance has been forwarded to the Board of Aldermen. We'll take that up in an open session on the 8th of April, and there'll be a workshop here, or an informational session, I suppose, and it'll be open to everyone, and it'll be an official meeting. So we will have a court reporter and everything here at that time. There will not be a vote that night, because instead of a vote, we're going to forward this. I'm going to table it for 90 days. We're going to send it to Alderwoman Langer's focus group she has of property owners that are in the business, lodging business, and get their input and see if they have some. We know they have important things to say. So we want to incorporate what they're going to do. So we're going to give Susan a chance to do that. In the meantime, we're going to be looking at enforcement and how to enforce what comes up and proceed forward with an enforcement officer. So all that can happen at one time. Excuse me, I've got a little cold here if you haven't noticed, but we'll do that all at one time so we don't lose any time on that schedule. And lastly, and these are all big items. There are a few other small items, but second to last, the Public Service Commission last week voted 5-0 to approve the Grain Belt Express Clean Line LLC for transmitting wind power electric through the state of Missouri. I believe it will come through 10 counties, and it will cover 4 or 5 states: Kansas, Missouri, Indiana, Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, I believe. The Planning and Zoning, or the Public Service Commission, basically, well, the eight counties in Missouri: Buchanan, Clinton, Caldwell, Carroll, Chariton, Randolph, Monroe, and Rawls. Anyway, what this will do will be allow MOPEP, our supplier, to buy electricity directly from the wind farms, transmitted over this vehicle at about 30 cents on the dollar. This will replace a lot of steam-powered, coal-fired, very old generating facilities. So it's really a good thing. Now, there are going to be some hurdles. Some of the farmers groups are against it, and they have been given quite a few terms in this agreement from the Public Service Commission, so that all their concerns can be heard and worked out. They'll be paid well, according to what I read. Don't know if that'll satisfy them all. But so this is not going to happen next Monday. There's going to be some back and forth on this before it gets done. But the builder believes they'll be transmitting electric by 2022 or 2023. Now if that happens, that's a big savings to Herman. I don't know exactly how much, but it could be a lot of money. So we're happy about it. We hope it can be worked out to everybody's satisfaction. A couple of other things, I think, the last one, really. The park department is quietly working on new restroom facilities at the Dick Oshner Field, golf ball field. There'll be a new concession stand and a new restroom facility. They're in the process of being built now. They just haven't gotten much publicity. It's a joint effort between the park department and the booster club from the high school, which is a fantastic thing. Everybody works together. We move ahead and we get more done faster. So anyway, that is, while it hasn't been publicized, it's extremely important. And it'll be very important to the baseball and softball teams that are able to use it, the parents and so forth, the groups. So anyway, that's what I have. Mark?
Okay. As part of the flood detour study, the Regional Planning Commission is putting traffic counters at a couple of places this week. You might have noticed one on Washington there. It also gives the speed miles per hour. That wasn't the intent, but it can't hurt anything.
It pulled over an old man on the street. An old couple, I guess they were tourists were driving by, and the lights, they pulled over to stop. I guess they thought it was a police officer.
Yeah. Anyway, we're counting the traffic on that one, and I think probably another one later on, maybe Gellert. I met with an engineering firm last week that will be filling out an application for the city of Herman for an engineering study of our water system. If selected, the state DNR will pay $20,000 of the $25,000 cost of the study. The information will be used to determine improvements needed for better flow and pressure by installing larger mains or tie-ins that would strengthen our current system. It would also show the need for more valves, flushing hydrants, storage, or any other area of distribution system that needs upgrading. The application costs nothing to fill out and submit, but there are no guarantees that the city of Herman would be selected. This is a DNR engineering grant that comes around every year, and we thought it was time for us to try to get that one and look at our water system. And this is actually an old business, but I'm going to go ahead and speak on it now. I've contacted our state representative, Aaron Griesheimer, regarding the status of the demolition grant. This grant was submitted in October of 2018, with the award of the grant scheduled for December. There has been no announcements and no one seems to know why. Representative Griesheimer has sent our concerns to the federal level to Congressman Luetkemeier's office, and we are waiting for his reply.
This mainly concerns 3 properties.
Yes.
Do you want to kind of get into that and say?
Sure, it's the Bevco building at 10th and Jefferson. That's the yellow block building. The house on East 4th, 200 block of East 4th that was burnt down I guess it's been a year or so ago now.
It's been more than that.
Yeah. And then the house on West 5th at the corner of Mozart and West 5th, that was the old school building, has become actually more than an eyesore, it's a danger. So those 3 are just waiting to come down if this grant gets approved.
Okay, thanks, Mark. Let's move to ordinances. We have one to be second read.
On for second reading is bill number 2019-09. It would be an ordinance to approve a contractual agreement between the city of Herman and the Herman Chamber of Commerce for management of the city's website, www.visitherman.com.
I move it second read.
I'll second that.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried.
And next is bill number 2019-10. An ordinance to approve and authorize the execution of amended natural gas transportation agreements by and between the city of Herman, Missouri and the cities of New Florence, Missouri, New Haven, Missouri, and Middletown, Missouri.
This is the long-awaited wheeling increase that we've been working on with the cities that belong to our gas commission. And it's all gone through their boards and it's been approved. So with no changes, now we're ready to
I thought it was a good idea to have them approve it first, because we would approve it and then go through
Yeah.
3 or 4 or 5, and it could get changed several times. It did not get changed, and now it's back to us, so,
So all it's waiting on is our approval.
Yes.
The wheeling was increased?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna go towards long-term maintenance and replacement of the line. You know, we've got, I don't know, 50 miles.
50 miles.
yeah, I will say one thing, hopefully I can get this before my voice comes out. The Ameren has this on their bill. They call it some kind of fixed asset set-aside fee or something. They actually put it on their bill so that actually ratepayers pay it. They indirectly pay it here too, but this isn't something that we're trying to stick on the taxpayers. So this is done by utility companies everywhere. All we want to do is have enough money in the event we have an earthquake or some catastrophe to be able to fix a mile-long piece of gas pipe. We have the money set aside. And that's basically what it's for. Okay, any further discussion on this?
I move bill number 2019-10 first read.
Do I have a second?
Second. I'll second it.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Is there any reason to do this 2 times or? No.
You're fine, we can wait till next meeting.
Okay.
It's a hurry.
Okay, well, let's see. Old business. You just talked about.
I have a question on that.
Sure.
Okay. Demolition grant, if it's not approved. If it's not approved, we've been doing this for what, 3 years now?
We can reapply.
That's not my point.
I know.
My point is, we've been trying to help these people, especially the school building by the school.
Right.
I am very concerned about that property. I think it's time that if this isn't approved, that I don't know what our legal possibilities are or what our options are, but I think we need to force these people to take care of their problem. I mean, it's been going on, and it's time, you know, I don't know about the Bevco building. It's not good, but
Well, the Bevco building's not imminent danger of collapse.
that's what I'm saying.
No, it's not, but-
That school building is, you know, we've been fortunate, knock on wood, we've had nobody go in there and get hurt. And
I think kids are playing in the other building too.
well, I know, but I'm concerned about that one, and I've had people talk to me about it, but
Well,
I just think
Bruce-
it's time, if it's not approved, that we as a board need to do something, and, well, whatever
I think that's
the
a,
attorney advises
Very
that
good
we
point.
can do, and get it taken care of.
that's a very good point. And I think as soon as we find something out, we need to decide what we can do, because it is very dangerous, it's falling down, parts of it have already fallen down, kids are going in it, somebody is gonna get hurt badly. And we've been talking about it enough that everybody knows we know about it, and we haven't done anything about it.
There you go.
So,
Dave, would you check into our options on that, please?
Yes, sir.
okay, well, good, thank you.
Thank
Yes,
Following up on, it, is there no set procedure at all now for property owner responsibility?
Yeah, the building inspector can condemn it.
that's happened already.
Yeah.
Right, and then is the property owner then responsible to demolish it?
Well, I kind of blame myself for this. We've been waiting for the grant to tear it down,
Right.
and that was supposed to have been in December. So we're now in almost April, so I think Bruce makes a good point.
The city can demolish it and then lien the property to try, underscore that word, to get its money back. Which is why if this grant works out, it's kind of a win-win.
Right.
But we,
The nuisance law out there probably would apply where there's a health hazard, the children going in there, or we would serve the owner a letter to start the proceedings. If not, the city would go ahead, like Dave said.
Jim, I think we've done that a year and a half ago or so. The building inspector went in and found the building he deemed a dangerous building. He sent a letter, or maybe Dave did, to the property owner, and then we decided, and the property owner agreed, if we could get a grant, then that would be great. But I agree with Bruce 100%. As soon as we know, if we find out we're not getting it, then we need to go ahead and demolish it and do whatever we have to do to get it hauled off. But that'll have to come back here. Just if you can figure out what step 1, 2, and 3 is on that. I know he already knows. We'll do it.
And to follow up on that concern is after the fire Friday night, that one seems to be really dangerous.
Well, they're actually already asking for bids to tear that one down.
Okay, I didn't know for the procedure, but
No, actually, I just happened to see that today, they're asking for bids.
it looks real scary.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
gonna fall
but
in real
I'll
quick.
say something else. There was a trailer, the Almond Trailer Park that burned down, or was set fire or whatever. And we thought that was gonna come down real quick, but it turns out there wasn't a clean title to that bill, that trailer.
Nothing's ever as simple as
And
it
it's
seems.
not, it's still not there. So that's a dangerous building too. So we have at least 3 that I know of that we need to have something done on. And I'm for doing it, absolutely. Okay. This is actually my doings here. And I think this has come up before in Mark's meeting. And this is a possible stop sign at the crosswalk at the foot of the St. George steps. Now, I think we have a sign there that says,
There are school crossing
caution
signs.
children or something like that.
There's school crossing signs and there is a painted crosswalk. But people come down that street pretty fast.
I've had people in the area ask for stop signs before.
And there are a lot of children there. And you can't expect them to, while we have adults that don't do what they ought to do, so all we think an 8 or 10-year-old would look both ways and all. I'm concerned about it. What do you?
Well, our traffic safety officer and our chief of police are sitting right here. What are you guys' thoughts on this?
I haven't seen a real issue there that we would need to place a stop sign there, especially if that's going to be a flood route too. I just haven't seen a great deal of traffic through there that's going to justify putting one there. I mean, I know there's times there's people that cross there, but not to have a permanent stop sign right there, probably is not going to.
Could we put a hood over the stop sign when we have a flood?
I mean, if we have it posted, children crossing over the crosswalk there, then I don't see why there needs to be a permanent stop sign right there on the middle of that street right there.
What do you think?
Maybe a speed limit sign too. Something.
I mean, most of the streets need posted speed limit signs,
Yeah.
they don't have them, so.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of people speeding through that intersection.
I mean, if we need to put up speed signs and slow that down to 15 miles an hour, whatever it is, need to be posted, but, I mean, that's a lot of the streets need to have signs posted for the traffic, for speeding.
I know some of this stuff seems excessive, but it doesn't seem so excessive if you have a dead child.
All right.
This happens to be a spot that goes right past the house Bruce was talking about when they walk up and down them steps. So it's just, it's a dangerous spot at the moment.
We can sign it better, I guess, with speed limit signs and maybe watch for pedestrians or whatever you think, or we can put a stop sign, it doesn't matter, it's up to you guys.
Do you think that the children are crossing there? Are they going up?
Oh, when they come down those steps, they cross there.
There's kids that live there too, that play in the streets too.
Yeah.
But think about it, the stop sign is at Market Street and there isn't one along that whole way until you get to Washington.
And truthfully, when you come down them steps, when you step off that last step, you're in the street. I mean, there's no barrier there. I mean, and you know kids, they don't look both ways all the time. You know, they've got a crosswalk, they're gonna come down and cross.
And another, not an option, but another thing that should probably be done is talk to the kids at the schools that do walk down the steps that, to remind them and educate them, even though they do it every day, just, have the teacher do it or have a police officer go and make a presentation, just a safety thing. That might help from that aspect,
I think we've been very good with the schools in putting signage up, and we've worked with them closely. And I think the aldermen are they recognize the possibility of a problem, and once there is a problem, it's too late. And I don't even mean a fatality, I mean a broken arm or a broken leg or something like that, it's too late. So I think that we need to seriously consider this, and maybe Dave and Brian, I guess, think about it. It's your side of town,
Well, let's see what our signage options are.
okay?
I mean, they make solar-powered school crossing lights that flash yellow. I don't know if you can get those with a timer for certain times of the day or something, how expensive something like that
Probably
is.
can. The signage we wanted to put by the Chamber of Commerce, that was pedestrian actuated, was 20 grand.
Oh, no, I'm just talking something solar-powered deal, you know, it's,
Well, maybe we can, let's look into it. And
it
come
doesn't
back
hurt
next
to
time.
look.
No, can't hurt.
And maybe get the schools take on it,
Yep.
Yeah,
see if they've had any complaints from.
I mean, I would say the majority of the kids, school kids using it are St. George kids, you know, Julia, there's pretty open to talk, she loves them kids.
They have the crossing guard at Market too, which they.
But they don't on that side,
They don't
you
on
know.
that side, that's correct.
okay. Is there any other,
Yeah, Mark actually touched on it. We've got a ton, and I mean a ton of water up north that's getting ready to come this way. I hope it's not all coming at once. We certainly don't need a major flood, but if we do, how are we doing on these flood roads? Keeping people out of town. Well, I mean, we had to meet that meeting in here that day, Mark, with the people about getting signs.
They're still doing their research and getting their digital maps together, but Todd and Wayne and I and some of the other guys in Public Works have a plan that if it gets to the level where the Frame Creek Bridge is closed, that we're gonna man these areas where these trucks come in and turn them around.
Okay, well, don't be afraid to ask for volunteers.
Okay.
I mean, I have no problem with sitting
right,
out there.
and also don't be afraid to talk to the lady that came down here that's doing all this digitalization. Find out where they stand. I mean, we have a flood coming.
Well, they're waiting on us to, we've got a GPS sign locations that we have designated for flood routes, so once those are GPS, you'll get that and be ready to go.
Okay, so that, something we can do? Or-
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And the river's supposed to crest again Wednesday at 26 feet, so it's
Does that make
moderate.
Green Creek, what puts it under?
Well, at 25 feet, it goes into the ball field schoolhouse. Starts coming across the road. I think 25.7, it gets pretty close to the bait shop down there. You know, it depends on if Frame Creek's pushing, if Gasconade's pushing, you know, there's a lot of variables in there, but anything over 25 feet, things start going underwater around here.
Okay. Okay. Utility, new business, I have one item. The Utility Advisory Board has requested to go to a quarterly meeting schedule. I think we may have to make an adjustment to the ordinance, but I'm not sure. And they don't have enough business. They used to be the busiest of all the commissions and committees we had. They were always trying to figure out what was happening with this utility or that utility. The utilities, thanks to the guys, of which we just have Mark, you'll have to tell him, thanks to their hard work and management of the assets of our utilities, they don't have a lot to do. They think they can handle it on a quarterly basis, or as needed if a meeting's called, an emergency. So they've asked us to bring that up, and I would put it on here so that Dave could tell us what has to happen. I believe it's an ordinance matter.
Yeah, it'll be an ordinance, that there's one now that says that they will meet monthly or at such other times as they determine are appropriate. So you might read that and think, well, they can go ahead and change it quarterly without changing the ordinance, but if we're gonna, I'd change it to say quarterly or at such other,
Right.
at such specific times as they, I take that to mean that they can meet in addition to the monthly or quarterly times if
Right.
they feel like they need to.
Yeah, because it says shall meet monthly,
It does say shall.
so.
Or can we change it to shall be quarterly or as such, the other way around, you know, as often as needed?
It's an easy change, but I think it's gotta be made by y'all. So if you can kind of work on that for next time. Is there any other new business?
Yeah, I got 2 items.
Okay.
One, I'm bringing this up because I promised the people we discussed it with that I would bring it up at every meeting, so you're all gonna get tired of hearing about it. An enforcement officer. For the lodging deal and for anything else we need with this, we need to come up with a job description in order to move forward with that. Now, that might be something fairly easy to look it up online or whatever.
Well, I had talked to Melanie about coming up with a job description.
That's fine.
So
That
she's
means-
working on it, and I also told her that I would help, and possibly we can get Trish and Alderwoman Langer to help 2 or 3 people finding examples of what we want and explaining to her is better than her trying to come up with it on her own. So we're going to work with her and
As
see
long
what
as
we
it's
can
moving
develop.
forward, that's
Oh, yeah.
fine. I promise people that I'm gonna bring it up, and there's a lot of people actually listen to these meetings. If I don't do that, they're gonna say, Dave, you didn't bring it up, so.
Well,
And
what
one-
else is there, Mr. Alderman?
Okay, one other item. In case you all haven't noticed lately, this building is really getting utilized in the evenings. I think that's wonderful. It's here for the community. I'm glad the community's using it. But because of that, a problem has arisen. When you walk out of here after dark, it is freaking dark outside. I mean, you cannot see where the cars are at. We need lighting outside this building. Now, Jesse's pretty good at figuring out what we need and where we need it. I don't have a problem with going to him for recommendations. Well, we need a light out here, we need a light down here, and I don't know, Marlon, how's your lighting over on your side?
It's pretty dark.
So I would say at least three good fixtures in order to make sure that people are secure and safe outside here. And I don't mean just safety-wise, somebody jumping out to get them. I mean, you can fall down.
Yeah.
I mean, it is really dark outside. I would hate to see people using this building
Yeah,
going
no,
outside
look
and
at
falling
that.
down.
We put a nice
Yeah.
big flood up here, right above the entranceway, maybe it's not working.
Okay, well,
Check that
it
out.
wasn't, the other night I had to hit my key fob to figure out where my pickup was.
It's really dark down here.
Yeah,
We have
it's,
people coming in and out down this end, and there's lights down there.
There's a light, there's one
But I
there.
don't know if it's-
they're not adequate to the job.
So can we look into that?
We can.
Okay, good, good, thank you.
Okay,
Anything else?
not for me.
Okay, well, good. All right, motions, minutes.
Motion we approve.
Second.
Made and seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes are approved. Invoices.
Motion to pay the bill.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion made and seconded to pay the bills, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I gotta abstain on the bar.
One abstention. Motion carried. Letter that we have C, approved bid for In Situ Farm Technologies for wastewater collection system rehabilitation, I&I reduction.
Yep.
What does that mean?
This is the ongoing phase 2 of our wastewater project. It's basically lining manholes and a process to line the inside of our sewer mains to reduce inflow and infiltration of stormwater. That's what I&I is doing.
What?
Inflow
Infiltration?
and infiltration, yes.
Oh,
We had more discussion about that when the bond issue was coming up, and I'll never forget that. I and I.
I&I,
Yeah.
I and I,
Mhm.
okay?
You gotta report it every time. Every
Well,
time
this is
some
off the
water,
subject.
stormwater gets into the sewer.
It looked like we were doing better with our leakage problem. It was down to a reasonable faint roar now, so.
Right, but this is a wastewater, this is a continuation of phase 2,
Okay,
and this will help with our I&I problems.
okay, we have a bid. Do we have questions on the bid? Any discussion?
What, did you say this was the manhole lining that we had discussed?
Yes.
And that would also increase the amount of water pressure that they could get on top of them too, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, I'll try to make them as watertight as possible.
Especially the ones, are these all floodplain?
Not all of them. We do have, some of those have a shield on it right underneath the metal lid. They have a plastic, hard plastic shield to keep the water out. These are mostly for the brick manholes. There's still a lot of old brick manholes that are very porous. A lot of water comes in through the sides.
Any other discussion? Any questions?
I will move to approve.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Thanks, Bruce. Well, let's see. D, hire Donald Blanton for seasonal cemetery maintenance.
Make a motion to approve Donald Blanton.
Second?
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Reappoint John Wilding to the Utility Advisory Board.
You skip one more.
Okay. We'll go backwards. Appoint Billy Hackett to the Arts Council.
Make a motion, we approve.
I'll
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations. Now, reappoint John Wilding to the Utility Advisory Board.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I will have to abstain.
One abstention. Motion's carried. Picnic liquor license, J.C.'s My Fest Beer Garden, J.C.'s Pavilion in Upper City Park, May 17 through 19, 2019.
Move to approve.
I'll second that.
Made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Caterers permit Adam Gupta Winery, Showboat Theater event, May 3, 2019.
You're gonna have a liquor license in the showboat?
Yes.
I just think about all the years we had the sneak beer.
Times change, man.
I'll make a motion to approve this.
Let's make it legal.
Oh,
That's right.
I see.
We have a motion made and seconded by Alderman Farrer, who apparently is experienced in this area. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Special event application, City of Herman, Tourism and MRPC, Taste of Gasconade County, vendors and band, amphitheater, May 11, 2019.
Make a motion to approve this.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Festival event application, Lions Club, concession stand, caboose area, May 18, 2019.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Special event application, Arts Council, sidewalk art event, amphitheater, June 15, 2019, rain date, June 29.
This is gonna be really neat. I make a motion to approve it.
Just one quick question. It said, is this just at the amphitheater or it
Yes.
says on sidewalks too?
It's the sidewalks inside the amphitheater.
Oh, okay.
They're actually gonna be painting the sidewalk.
And when it rains, it washes off.
Yeah, it's water soluble, it goes away pretty quick.
It's deadly poison though.
That's
All
my
right, we have a
favorite.
motion.
Second.
Okay, and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Check out that name, too. Special event application, Chamber of Commerce, 4th of July celebration, concert, vendors, and parade. Riverfront Park and Amphitheater, July 4th, 2019.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's carried. Festival event application, Masonic Temple Association. Concession stand, caboose area, October 5, 6, 12, 13, 19, 20, 26, and 27.
Make a motion to approve this.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion's carried. citizens' comments. We are ready to close the open session and go into closed session. I need to have a motion.
I'll make a motion that we go into closed session for the purpose of hiring, firing, disciplining, or promoting employees pursuant to section 610.021, and discussion related to negotiations for a contract pursuant to section 610.021.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded. We need a voice vote.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
We're now in closed session.